are you doing? My name is Logan Schnider. I'm here in the wilderness. I'm gonna be teaching you how to do a kickless. So let's get right into that. All right, so what is a kickless exactly? That's what you really need to think in your head. So a kickless used to be called a footless, and I don't know if they still call it that in the UK. I don't think they do, but they used to call it a footless. The reason why is because you're doing a heel rewind, but you're not kicking it with your foot. Look. So you're doing a rewind, you're not kicking it with your foot. That's why it used to be called a footless. Now it's called kickless because you're not kicking it with your foot, not kicking it. Kickless, right? So that's kind of breaking it down, and there's an easier way to kickless when you think of it on a scale like that. Now that you know what a kickless is broken down, let's get into how to actually do the kickless and get the motion around. You're thinking of it as a heel rewind. That's the easiest way to get the motion around, because right when you're learning how to do the kickless motion, it's actually a bit complicated and weird, but once you learn it, it's easy. For the motion, you need to first figure out which way you need to kickless. So if you stand regular, which is to the right, then you will kickless to the left. And you always want your scooter to come around back to your toes. So then if you stand goofy, which is to the left, you will then kickless to the right, because you will be doing the heel whip first and bringing the tail whip back down to your feet. Basically what that means is, because I know that might be a bit complicated, whenever you land a trick, for the most part, you always want the trick to come around back as a tail whip to your toes. You always want it to come to your toes, not your heels. So now that we figured out which way we kickless, now we're gonna get into the actual motion itself. I stand goofy, so I will be kicklessing to the right. So whichever way you stand, you kickless the opposite direction. This is what the kickless motion will look like. And how you do that is you do the heel, you bring it around, and you basically, right when you start, you wanna try to bring that heel around, stop it and bring it back without hitting your ankle. And that's honestly how the best way I figured out to teach people how to get the feeling of doing it in your wrists. Because most people, when they kickless, they do it with their arms and then they can't do it correctly. A kickless is all in your wrists. So when you bring that heel around, you want to stop it and bring it back like this. And then you start getting this type of motion. You see how I'm doing the heel and then stopping it before it hits my ankle? So we have this motion down where we're stopping it at our ankles. Now, if you have that part down, next you move on to the step where you start bringing it up. Because you don't see anyone kickless like that. No one does it down there. You have that feeling, and you're basically just gonna bring it up like that. All right, now let's get to the last and final step. The last step is a crucial one and is actually probably gonna be one of the hardest. Is after you learn the motion, it's bringing the motion and actually doing the trick. So you have the motion down, right? You can kick this. You can do this motion. Now you need to huck it on the ramp. So I think before you ever bring it to the skate park, you should practice it a lot at home or in your driveway and just practice that motion so it becomes this thing called muscle memory. And that actually happens with a lot of tricks like bar spins and tail whips, is practicing the motion and getting it to a point where you know how to do it in your head and you just have to bring it to the ramp. Now, basically at this point, it's just hucking it and learning from trial and error. So now I'm gonna show you a couple kicklesses. thank you guys for watching another YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Until the next time, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Daily Oreos.
Also, comment down below if you guys want more tutorial videos. Let me know. All right, see you guys.